gracious viewers, positively gobsmacked I am by my latest paint pour. I trust you will be too. I am Mrs. Ruby Merlot. As a cultural, colorful pouring icon, I dress for every pour as one would naturally dress for dinner. I channel my muse with a quick vocal exercise, then ask my canvas what it wants to be. And now that you know my story, shall we pour? After completing my vocal warm-up, I ask my canvas what it wants to be. I begin by pouring white mixed with 2 parts Floetrol on my canvas. I have layered my chosen colors into my very expensive wine glass. This time, other than the 24-karat gold paint from Deco Art and metallic bronze from Artist's Loft, all colors I am using are from Golden Paints, Payne's Gray and Phthalo Blue in the Fluids series, and Phthalo Green, Quinacridone Magenta, and Titanium White in the Artist's colors. Each is mixed with Floetrol. It's almost a pity that my maid will be washing this glass, and I'm sure she'd love an excuse not to. Originally, my intent was to encircle the ring with gold, as splendid golden cells are sometimes formed when the other paints are forced over it. But the ring pour circle has expanded a little too quickly, and I must be content with gilding only the corners. I torch quickly to bring up cells and banish any air bubbles. As soon as I begin to tilt, it becomes clear to me that the paint pour is not headed to my anticipated outcome. I fear its character will not remain a ring pour. Just like life, sometimes one is looking for a particular something or someone, but becomes distracted by something or someone completely different. Then one must decide whether to pursue one's original notion of one's ideal or to embrace something or someone new. So it was when Mr. Merlot and I first became acquainted. I'd set my heart on a famous polo player from the club. He was so rugged, so strong, with a firm grip on his mallet and a keen eye for the ball. Daddy approved and Mother was jealous, but one day Mr. Winston Merlot strolled across the grass toward me, and as they say, my heart leaped at the sight, though at the time I was certain an undercooked shrimp was to blame. I nearly turned him down when I learned his career, but Bibi drew me aside to tell me he was from the Hampton Merlots. So you see, it didn't matter that he'd thrown aside a successful métier as an investment banker to become a home renovator after binge-watching HGTV. He earned his money the old-fashioned way. He inherited it. He may not clutch his mallet as did the polo player of my youthful dreams, but he has a manly grasp on his hammer when he can find it. After all, it's what's under the overalls that counts. His big heart, I mean. At this point, one can see the golden cells on 2 of the corners, and as I continue the tilting process, I try to tilt away from them to bring more of them out. I also see a beautiful flame-like pattern take shape, as if bursting forth from churning waters. I touch up the edges with my palette knife, then scrape the drips from underneath. And now I present the spectacular close-ups. The glowing flames lick the water. Lacing and multicolored cells are splayed across the canvas. and many of those special golden corner cells have remained in this surprisingly symmetrical painting. I thank you so for watching the creation of this special work. As I say goodbye, I ask you to be wise and follow your heart. That is, be sure to subscribe to this channel.